My name is Eris Torres. My major is computer engineering. I'm going to inform you how hacking can get into a person's or company as well as military lives. Now, its cause and effect and solutions as well into this topic. Now, one day I was watching Netflix at random on my phone, and I see a lot of stuff going through that were going crazy. Literally everything was going crazy, and I was nervous because I thought they hacked me, and they actually did, because I saw some codes they were trying to change my password. So now I know I deleted everything. I destroyed all my data from my phone and everything else. I even changed my credit card number just in case, because I had it in there. Now as well, the advancements of computer engineering is literally a lot of things, but for hacking security, cybersecurity especially, they use coding, programming in any type of device. Now this is stuff that are sustainability and to help a lot of things into this. Now the Earth Charter, section 4 letter 7, prevent the development adoption either transfers environment and sounds of technology. Now this is telling me that I need to improve the technology of how we have today into the future and to sustainability of it. Now today I will be making sure that you guys learn how this will help you to not get hacked, as well as to protect your information into a daily life. Now let's get into our first. Let's hack into our first main point. Okay, now here is my first visual aid, that is audio video visual aid as well. Now
we got a problem. What? Someone synced a rat to one of my servers. Remote access to it. We're being hacked.
By Locksat?
I don't know.
But we've been so careful. How could they find us?
They haven't found us yet. Just cracked the outer layer of our system. I'll start an intrusion inspection and find out where rat is.
Now what you just saw right there was a person trying to hack into a firewall that literally was 7 firewalls, but they only got into 4 with what you just saw. Now they were trying to know where the hack came from, and as well as how did they do this, because supposedly they had the best program in the world, and it's not really true. Now I'm going to show you my other visual aid. If you can throw me my iPad, please. Thank you. And now this is my other visual aid. It's just another visual aid. Now this is you'll see that these two are hacking. They're trying to hack into some of the code, and the purpose is to see what type of code you're gonna use, and as well how you're gonna do this as well in the future. Now let's hack into our first main point system. Right now there are 2 main types of hacking we're gonna address right now. Hacking laws, according to findlaw.com. Now these are cybercrimes that were occurred over. Now in 2012, Ryan Hernandez hacked Nintendo and leaked all their information that took a while for Nintendo to get back. Now a multi-million-dollar company hacked into other systems, but they try to prevent them not to get into another hack as well. Now my friend Adam Rodriguez made some firewalls for himself that literally will help him get into a lot of systems for special projects and for himself to not get hacked. Now, hacks that occurred to the United States. Now, the FBI made a specialized team that's called to be cybercrime. Now, this is literally for when someone's gonna hack into the United States system. They use their hackers or cybersecurity experts to go find the person. It could be in Iran, China, Russia, doesn't matter where. And they're hacking into the United States, that they have the authority to do it, and they go find the person and arrest them. And now let's talk about ransomware. Ransomware is a system that literally tells them how this is happening. And this is also, ransomware is also a specialized name for victims that are named that have been hacked, as well as for companies. And the FBI helps them use them in another way, and we use another way in this. Now let's get into another thing. Accordington is actually a website article that they specialize in best programming languages. Now Python is literally used for a lot of things. Python will literally make the program as what you want, and you just have to reprogram it. So that's pretty much the easiest programming that a lot of people like to use, because it's simple, and plus it's a lot more easier than a lot of things. Now HTML is more important, because how we use the program. Now we make the program. HTML is the process of it. It's pretty much your internet source of it. It'll make you process the program, because programming takes a lot of time and storage, and HTML will contain that and help you process that information. Now let's get into another thing. Let's get to another event that happened in the United States. Russia hacked our electrical units and it was really bad. Now we almost got into 6 months of damage control of our electrical units in the United States alone. They were almost destroyed, and we had to use solar power and as well as some other stuff. Even though we do have them, the electrical units are the only reason enough to make sure that we have power and our solar energy will still be coming from it. Now let's get into a lot of things with this. Russia always had our allies, but now they almost screwed it up with it because of what they almost did. Now the hack of this was very complicated, but Russia was able to hack it, and the United States were able to get this information and as well stop this from ever happening. Now the solar flare of this is that a lot of people will use this into their advantage, and this is an article that will be used into a lot of people. Now let's hack into our second main point program. Now there's a lot of things with hacking, but also sustainability. The Greenberg article has stated that there are certain things into hacking that we use into our daily lives. Now, for a lot of things is that we use into our hacking system. Now, what we use is into a lot of processes and all things. The sustainability of it is by I went to FIU to actually see some of my hackers that we call, and this is a hackathon. Hackathon is literally a place that you literally need to get your phone and turn off and put it on airplane mode, because if not, it will hack you in real life, and you don't want that. And now let's get into another thing. The sustainability of that is that is that hacker and hacker will be together, but they will share the information. They won't just share it to other people. They'll share it together. Now let's get into another thing that we get. Now the hacking process of this is a major league problem of sustainability, because we use this for evil or good, it's the liability of it. So now, shall we get into another thing, is that how we learn this is by learning how we code, and we make this into a process servers into a lot of things. Now Megan Suited is an article that generally sustainability of hacking. Now this sustainability of hacking is called phone call hack or robocall, or as well, it's a lot of terms, robokillers. These are calls that we get a lot of times. These are scam like these calls. For example, I'm sorry, that this I get a scam likely call, I'm answering and everything, but then I talk and everything. In that moment, they're either stealing my information from a hack or another thing. So that's how they usually do these things. So these are sustainability hacks at how we use hacking as well. Now there's another challenge with this. The challenges of hacking of this is programming and coding. There's always going to be new hacks in coding, because these are things that are normal in things, because in the future of hacking, in my career field of computer engineering, we are using hacks as well. Now the challenges are going to be real or not easy, because how we use this is going to be a lot of different, and it will help into sustainability of hacking as well, into another stuff into it. But we will also be processing how it will be working into it, because on how they can be into it, some persons or the company's lives. And okay, now let's see how hacking and cybersecurity is sustainability with our environment of technology. Now the University of Cambridge has made 15 theoretical statements that hacking is a sustainability of it, but it's 10 different ways of it. Now we make it to a lot of different ways into our daily routine, as well as the future of hacking. It needs to be maintained by it. It's also good, bad, but it can be also between it, because we can use those two into it as well. Now the University of not using to hacking, but it's still hard. It takes a lot of time and process with this. The sustainability of this, that it's easy, but as well it's gonna be hard when you don't know what's the process of it, and as well when it's gonna be into it. So it can be easy at first, but it won't, because it's building firewalls, AIs, as well as other things. Now, the University of UG is also stated that there's a lot of major league gamings of how they use these. They build mostly defense firewalls that they literally try to make sure that they're more complicated every day because of how they use these processes. Now, the only processes that they use in these is that they always go with the length of it, and they make it into a lot of different processors. By building this system into this fit, the sustainability of how we use this, but it's also extremely how well it's complicated, as well as how the future of hacking will be. Now, the future of this will make how hacking will be the next generation of it, and how we will build up to those ladders, how we say in the tech world. But it's all depending on how we use in generation. And now the firewalls are effective. Now let's recap this section. Now I have just addressed to you how hacking and cybersecurity have been used into our routine, and as well as our personal and government lives. And as well, now I have empowered you how necessary it is to, in this information, to get into how hacking is going to be in the future generation. Now, and Antonio J. de once said, solving the problems of the roots of a leaf is how technology gets involved.